Hi, I'm Daisy. I'm 17 years old, and I live in a suburban neighborhood in Phoenix with my dad, my stepmom Karen, and her two kids from her first marriage, Madison and Tyler. My mom passed away when I was 12, and dad remarried Karen about 3 years ago. At first, everything seemed fine. Karen was nice enough, always smiling when dad was around. Daisy, sweetie, can you help Madison with her homework? Karen asked one Tuesday evening, her voice dripping with false sweetness. Sure, Karen. I just need to finish my chemistry assignment first, I replied, not looking up from my textbook. Now would be better, she said, her tone shifting. Your father works so hard to provide for this family. The least you can do is help out. I closed my book and walked to the dining room where Madison sat, scrolling through her phone. Hey, Maddie, what do you need help with? Nothing. Mom just wanted you away from your room, Madison muttered, not even glancing up. That was typical. Karen found little ways to make my life difficult when Dad wasn't home. She'd assign me extra chores, criticize everything I did, and give her own kids preferential treatment. But I kept quiet because Dad seemed happy, and I didn't want to ruin that. Daisy, Karen called from the kitchen. Come here, please. I found her standing by the sink, arms crossed. Yes? I'm taking Madison and Tyler to Disney World next week. Spring break? Your father approved it? Oh, that's cool. When do we leave? I asked, already mentally planning what to pack. Karen laughed, but it wasn't friendly. We? Oh, honey, this is a trip for me and my children. You're staying here. But Dad, your father will be on his business trip to Seattle. You're old enough to stay home alone for a few days. A few days? Disney trips are usually a week, I said, feeling my stomach drop. Well, you'll manage. Besides, someone needs to watch the house. She turned away, dismissing me. Later that night, I caught Dad in his office. Hey, Dad, Karen said you're okay with me staying home during spring break? What? Oh, yeah, she mentioned it. You're almost 18, Daisy. I trust you, he said, barely looking up from his laptop. But you'll be in Seattle, and they'll be gone for a week. That's, Daisy, please. I've got this presentation due tomorrow. We'll talk later, okay? We never did talk later. Dad left for Seattle on Sunday morning, and Karen loaded her kids into the SUV Monday afternoon. Remember, Daisy, keep your phone charged and don't throw any parties, Karen said through her car window, sunglasses hiding her eyes. I won't. Have fun, guys. Tyler waved at me. He was only 9, and actually pretty sweet. Bye, Daisy. Wish you could come. Tyler, stop it, Karen snapped. Say goodbye. They drove off, and I headed back inside. About an hour later, my phone rang. It was Karen. Daisy, I forgot something in the garage. Can you grab it for me? It's a blue cooler on the shelf. Sure, no problem. I walked through the kitchen to the door leading to our attached garage. The moment I stepped inside, I heard the door slam behind me. Then came the sound I'll never forget, the deadbolt clicking into place. Karen? Karen! I pounded on the door. This isn't funny, her voice came through, muffled but clear. You'll stay there until I get back. There's water in the utility sink and some old crackers in the storage cabinet. Consider this a learning experience about respecting your place in this family. What? You can't, Karen! Let me out! Bye, Daisy. See you in a week. I heard her footsteps fade away, then the sound of the front door closing. My phone was still in my hand. I tried calling her back, but she'd blocked my number. I called Dad. Hey, sweetie, what's up? He answered, sounding distracted. Dad, Karen locked me in the garage. Daisy, that's not funny. I'm in the middle of something important here. I'm not joking. She locked the door from the kitchen side. I'm trapped in here. Honey, just use the garage door opener. I really don't have time for this. Dad, please listen. Daisy, I'll call you tonight, okay? I've got to go. He hung up. I tried the garage door opener. Nothing. She'd disconnected it. The side door to the backyard was padlocked from the outside. I could see the chain through the window. The main garage door wouldn't budge manually. I was trapped. The first 2 days were the worst. I found the crackers Karen mentioned, stale, probably 3 years old, and drank water from the utility sink. The garage was cold at night and scorching during the day. I tried everything, calling Dad repeatedly, texting everyone I knew, banging on the walls. Our neighbors, the Hendersons, were elderly and probably couldn't hear me. On day 3, I heard voices outside. "Mrs. Henderson, I haven't seen Daisy in days. Her dad's out of town and Karen took the kids somewhere. Is she okay?" That was Ashley, my best friend from school. Mrs. Henderson's response was faint. "Oh, I'm sure she's fine, dear. Can you check? Please, I'm really worried." I started screaming and pounding on the garage door. "Ashley! Ashley, I'm in here! Help!" The pounding stopped everything. "Daisy, where are you?" "The garage! I'm locked in the garage! Oh my God! Mrs. Henderson, call 911, now!" The next 20 minutes felt like hours. Finally, I heard sirens. The firefighters broke through the side door, and suddenly I was out, breathing fresh air, surrounded by people. "Miss, are you all right? When did you last eat?" A female paramedic wrapped a blanket around me. "3 days ago? Crackers? She locked me in here." "Who locked you in?" "My stepmom, Karen. She took her kids to Disney and locked me in before she left." Officer Martinez appeared, notepad in hand. "I'm going to need you to tell me everything, slowly." I explained the whole situation while the paramedic checked my vitals. Ashley held my hand the entire time, tears streaming down her face. "I should have checked sooner," Ashley kept saying. "I should have—" "You saved me, Ash. You actually saved me." Officer Martinez finished writing. "We need to contact your father immediately. Do you have his number?" I gave it to him, and we waited. When Dad answered, Martinez didn't hold back. "Mr. Peterson, this is Officer Martinez with Phoenix PD. Your daughter was locked in your garage for 3 days without food. She's dehydrated and malnourished. We need you to return home immediately." I couldn't hear Dad's response, but Martinez's expression hardened. "Sir, this is a criminal investigation. Child endangerment, unlawful imprisonment. Your presence is required. If you can't return within 24 hours, we'll need to contact CPS." That got through. Dad booked the next flight home. At the hospital, they kept me overnight for observation and IV fluids. Dad arrived the next morning, looking exhausted and confused. "Daisy, baby, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize—" He couldn't finish. "Dad, she told me she was doing this. She said it was a learning experience. She knew exactly what she was doing." "Karen wouldn't. She couldn't." "Mr. Peterson," Detective Sarah Chen interrupted, entering my room. "We've obtained security footage from your neighbor's doorbell camera. It clearly shows your wife locking the garage door, testing it, and then leaving. We also have the text messages she sent her friend bragging about teaching your daughter a lesson." Dad went pale. "What?" "She's being met by officers at the Orlando airport when her flight lands tomorrow. She'll be arrested and extradited back to Arizona. I need to ask Daisy some questions for our case." For the next hour, I answered Detective Chen's questions. She was thorough, kind, and professional. "Daisy, what Karen did is serious. Child endangerment, unlawful imprisonment, and possibly attempted assault given the conditions. With the evidence we have, the DA will definitely prosecute." "Good," I said firmly. "She needs to face consequences. She knew I could have died in there." Ashley, who'd stayed with me the whole time, squeezed my hand. "You're the bravest person I know." Dad just sat there, head in his hands. "I should have listened. You tried to tell me and I didn't listen." "Yeah, Dad, you didn't." Detective Chen closed her notebook. "Daisy, I want you to know something. What you survived, that took incredible strength. Not everyone could have held on like you did." "I didn't really have a choice," I said quietly. "You always have a choice. You chose to keep fighting, to keep calling for help. That matters." Karen returned to Phoenix in handcuffs 2 days later. They held her bail hearing that afternoon, and Dad actually showed up, not to support her, but to testify about the conditions of our garage. "Your Honor, there's no heating, no cooling, limited ventilation. The temperature range this week was between 45 degrees at night and 95 during the day," Dad stated, his voice shaking. The judge set bail at $50,000. Karen's parents posted it, and she was released with an ankle monitor and strict orders not to contact me. She tried anyway. 3 days later, I was at Ashley's house when her mom called upstairs. "Daisy, someone's here for you." I came down to find Karen standing in the Hendersons' driveway. "Daisy, please, let me explain," she started, her voice desperate. "No, get away from me." I pulled out my phone to call the police. "Wait, just listen, I didn't mean for it to be that bad. I just wanted to teach you some humility. You're so ungrateful, always acting like you're better than my kids. Acting like I'm better? Karen, you locked me in a garage for a week. I could have died." "Don't be dramatic. There was water. You were fine." Ashley's mom, Jennifer, stepped outside. "Mrs. Peterson, you need to leave. Now, or I'm calling the police." "This is between me and my stepdaughter." "She's not your anything anymore," I interrupted. "You're facing criminal charges. Dad's filing for divorce. And I will testify against you at trial. I will tell everyone exactly what you did." Karen's face twisted. "You ungrateful little. After everything I've done for you, I gave up my time, my energy, trying to make you part of this family. You locked me in a garage because you needed to learn respect. Your father spoils you, always taking your side, always—" "My side?" "He didn't even believe me when I called him. He thought I was joking." "That's because you're always causing drama, always needing attention. I called him from a locked garage where you trapped me. That's not drama, that's a crime. You're twisting everything, making me look like a monster. You made yourself look like a monster when you left me to suffer for a week." Detective Chen's car pulled up. She'd been monitoring the ankle monitor alert. "Mrs. Peterson, you're violating your bail conditions. You were ordered to have no contact with the victim. I just wanted to apologize, to make things right." "By yelling at her in someone else's driveway?" Chen asked. "Turn around and put your hands behind your back." "No, you don't understand. She's ruining my life. My kids need me." "Your kids are in CPS custody pending investigation." "You should have thought about that before you committed child endangerment," Chen said, cuffing her. Karen screamed at me as they put her in the car. "This is your fault. You're destroying this family. I'll make sure everyone knows what a liar you are." "Keep talking, Mrs. Peterson. You're just making the DA's job easier," Chen said calmly. After they left, I collapsed onto Ashley's porch steps, shaking. "She's insane," Ashley whispered. "Completely insane." "Yeah," I agreed. "And she's never getting near me again." The trial happened 4 months later. The DA prosecuted aggressively, presenting the doorbell footage, text messages, medical records, and testimony from me, Dad, Ashley, the Hendersons, and even the firefighters who rescued me. Karen's lawyer tried to paint it as a misunderstanding and a parenting decision gone wrong. On the witness stand, I looked directly at Karen. There was no misunderstanding. She told me through the door that I'd stay there until she got back. She called it a learning experience. There's nothing to misunderstand about deliberately trapping a 17-year-old without food or proper shelter. The prosecutor approached me. "Daisy, in your own words, what went through your mind during those 3 days?" "Fear. Mostly fear. I kept thinking, what if nobody finds me? What if I die in there?" And the worst part was knowing she did this on purpose. Knowing she was at Disney World, having fun with her kids while I was trapped and suffering. Did you believe she would let you out when she returned? Honestly, I didn't know. By day 3, I wasn't sure of anything anymore. Karen's lawyer cross-examined me. "Isn't it true that you and Mrs. Peterson had a difficult relationship?" "Yes." "And isn't it possible you're exaggerating the severity of this situation because of that difficult relationship?" The firefighters broke down a door to rescue me. The hospital treated me for dehydration and malnutrition. My exaggeration has medical records and witness testimony. The jury deliberated for 3 hours. Guilty on all counts: child endangerment, unlawful imprisonment, and violating bail conditions. The judge sentenced her to 4 years in prison, with mandatory parenting classes and a permanent restraining order keeping her away from me. "Mrs. Peterson, your actions were calculated, cruel, and potentially deadly," the judge stated. You targeted a vulnerable minor in your care and showed no remorse even when confronted with the harm you caused. This court finds your behavior reprehensible and deserving of significant punishment. Karen sobbed throughout the sentencing. Her parents tried to approach Dad and me afterward. Please, can't you show some mercy? Think about Madison and Tyler. They need their mother, Karen's mother pleaded. Dad, who'd been quiet throughout this ordeal, finally spoke up. Where was Karen's mercy for my daughter? Where was her concern for Daisy's needs? My daughter nearly died because of your daughter's cruelty. It was a mistake. People make mistakes. Mistakes don't involve planning, preparation, and execution. What Karen did was intentional abuse. The answer is no. No mercy, no forgiveness, no second chances. I hugged Dad tight. He'd finally chosen me. 6 months later, I'm living with Dad in a new house across town. Madison and Tyler are with their father in California. He got full custody after Karen's conviction. Sometimes Tyler calls me and we talk. He's a good kid. Madison's in therapy, processing everything. Ashley and I are planning our college applications together. Dad started actually listening to me, attending my school events, having real conversations. We're rebuilding. I testified at Karen's parole hearing last month. She hasn't earned forgiveness or second chances. She made a choice to hurt me, and now she has to live with those consequences. I'm not responsible for her redemption. The parole board denied her request. You okay? Dad asked afterward, driving us home. Yeah, Dad. I am actually really okay. For the first time in 3 years, I feel safe. I'm proud of you, Daisy. You're stronger than I ever gave you credit for. I learned from the best, I said, squeezing his hand. No, Dad said, his voice thick with emotion. You taught me what real strength looks like. I should have protected you, and I failed. But you protected yourself. You survived. We both learned something then. As we pulled into our driveway, I looked at our new house, my new life, and smiled. Karen tried to break me, tried to make me feel worthless. Instead, she taught me exactly how strong I really am. So here's my question for you. Have you ever had to stand up against someone who was supposed to protect you? How did you find the courage to fight back? Drop your stories in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more true stories about overcoming toxic family situations. Your story might help someone else find their strength too.